This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me short. Look at me short. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershan Jackson.
Got a bunch all alone is Vershan Jackson. And Vershan will get it to the 24-yard line. Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer. Here he is, Vershan Jackson.
Captain's Show is back in live action. We got a guest in the building that I just ran into this guest. I really wanted to play for this man. I really did. I really wanted to play for him. But unfortunately, Coach Osborne said, no, we need a defender on the offensive side of the ball. So then let's go. So Tony Samuels, legendary Coach Samuels, will be in the building here shortly in the next couple of minutes. We'll have DP and Ricky Simmons, get your happy. Ow! We'll be in the building with us as well. Can we? What are you doing? I'm hearing myself. Who is that over there? Is that Bach? That Bach messing this thing up? Oh, what am I hearing? Exactly. Ooh. I'm talking to you. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, I wanted to make sure. Open that door up real quick. We got to open that up. Now listen, I wanted to make sure. Bach, I wanted to put something down. And make sure we understood what it wasn't and what it was. You know, yesterday we said, a birdie, I think it was Terrell said, he would take Randy Gregory over Grant Winstrom. And I didn't even look at my phone.
I didn't say that. Somebody else said that.
You confirmed it.
We got off the text line.
Thank you.
I want to make sure.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob.
Okay.
Turn my mic up too, Bob.
I wanted to make you up loud enough. I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, there we go. That's the deep voice I wanted to hear.
You don't have to enhance your voice to try to sound better. That's all I'm saying. Just because Coach Sam is here don't mean that you got to start showing off. Be the same.
Oh, Coach Sam know who I am. I'm Coach.
You was what?
On the defense with him.
That's right.
He know. Yeah.
And Coach, who's it? Let me see. I'm on inner Coach Sam, Tony Samuels, one of the greatest outside linebacker coaches ever to coach at Nebraska. I'm gonna give you that title because of all of the guys who went round after round, after first round, after second round, third round, fourth round, all over the place that you put out. Not a lot of people can say that they put those out. They can say they put players out, free agents, but I'm talking first, second, third rounders. What was the key?
Well, first of all, you had to have great players. We had some talent now. We had really great players, and we focused them as difference makers. They were leaders on the field by the way they practiced. They took care of all the other players. They led. They commanded the excellence, and they can all run. Every single one of them can run.
But you did a good job of taking a guy. Let's just use Grant Winston for instance. 6'5", 220. I say he was 215, but whatever. I'll give him 2.25 when he came here in 1994. What was it about him that said he can grow into being exactly what we want him to be at that rush-in spot?
I'll tell you a story a lot of people don't know. Grant came up to one of our football camps as a high school football player, and he ran through the drills with us at the defensive end spot. And we went back in that staff meeting and evaluated the talent. I said, I want that one. I want him. He was that good. And I knew just from the drills with no pads that he was the guy.
So, Coach, I got it, and I might be all over the place, Coach Sam, because I didn't expect for you to be here, but I got a million questions for you. I promise you, because I know you're going to answer my questions. So, when you watch today's football versus the way we played and trained, you guys trained those defensive ends and outside linebackers to be. Why does it seem to me that they don't use their hands effectively anymore?
Oh, quite a few of them use their hands extremely well. it's a different style. It's a different technique. You've got way more mobile quarterbacks, so you have to be able to set the edge and make those quarterbacks make decisions. And when they start running, you have to be really prepared for that. We use hands, we use shoulders. I mean, every single guy that I coached had their own style within the system, of course, but they all had their own style. I allowed them to understand the mechanics as they went.
Yeah. Who's the best hand technician?
I don't know how to rank them like that.
I can never draw you into nothing.
Okay, let's talk about the guy with the longest hands that utilized his hands extremely well.
Dwayne Harris?
We called him Wayne Ski.
Devo.
Wayne Harris.
Yeah.
He had great hands.
Yes. Well, that's who taught me the game.
Yeah.
Or beat me up.
But everyone had a different style. Thomas had extremely powerful hands.
Yeah.
Rucker had long hands that he learned to use. And you see, I thought he got better and better. He had his best years in the NFL.
Yeah.
Because he continued to develop. Trevor Alberts had the great first step, and he used his hands as a counter move because they were so terrified of his first step, the pass protectors, that he used that to his advantage. And Dante Jones had great hands because he was 210 pounds soaking wet, and most teams want to put the tight end on him and see if they can block him in the run game.
Yeah.
So we spent an awful lot of time working on his hands to defeat the tight end.
Right.
And he carried those hands over to his pass rush game.
Coach, a lot of people don't know, and I don't know, Terrell, if you know this. Did you know that Coach Sam played here? Coach, talk about who recruited you when you came here, and why did you come to the University of Nebraska?
Well, Monty Kiffin recruited us.
The great Monty Kiffin.
The great Monty Kiffin.
Tampa 2.
The Tampa 2. And we had Rich Glover before us from Jersey City, New Jersey. And my senior year in high school, we're watching the game of the century. All our high school buddies back in Jersey City. And Rich Glover had 22 tackles.
Dang. He was all over the place.
And we're looking at this, and then we started getting recruited by Nebraska. And I don't know about, Larry Young and I.
Yeah.
And I don't know about Larry, but we watching this game, and I'm thinking, this is it. If Rich Glover from Jersey City can do that and win a national championship back-to-back,
right,
I've got to take a shot at this.
Okay, so Coach Osborne was the coach.
That was his first year as head coach.
When you got here.
So in 72, when they won it all, that was Coach Devaney.
Right.
And then Coach Osborne took over, so we were in his first recruiting class.
Perfect. So 73, 74, how was that transition from Devaney to Coach Osborne?
Well, I never got to play for Devaney.
Yeah.
So, and I showed up as a 17-year-old kid coming to college, and I'm learning all these new techniques. I couldn't even apply my athletic ability for the first year.
Wow.
Because the game was so fast. I wasn't exposed to all these techniques. And so I was just learning. And I got to meet Coach Devaney as the athletic director. Real personable guy. Mm-hmm. You couldn't walk by his office without him calling you in and sit down. You'd think you were a starter. He'd sit down with you and talk to you like anybody's business. And I was just a 17-year-old kid with not even a real number on my jersey yet.
Yes. Technique. You talk technique. Why is technique so important?
Well, the biggest part of technique, it gets you to defeat guys that might be better than you in some phase. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so sometimes the technique will set up someone that might be better than you in some physically or mentally or something. But if his technique is off, there's always a counter. So you had to set it up. Now, Farley didn't worry about that. He had a counter in every play. He just was a hunter. You know, he was a hunter-gatherer.
Terrell, you got any questions? Come on, Terrell.
Oh, you go ahead, Bob. You got
really? You won't just let me go? That's what I'm saying.
Well, we didn't know we was going to have Coach Sam in here.
He's so flip-floppy right now.
I'm not flip-floppy.
He's flip-floppy. You just told me that Coach
Sam,
you saw him, Coach, on film?
Yeah, Coach told me he the one that saw me on film.
Can we get that story?
Yeah. Well, I got to see you on film at the office.
Mm-hmm.
You already, Ron Brown sent the film back, and he was, Kevin Steele was the linebacker coach at the time. And I happened to be off the road from recruiting, and they sent the film down to me, say, hey, well, just take a look at him and see what you think. And I saw a couple clips, and I went right down the hall to Coach Osborne. I said, we need to look at this. It was a wrap after that.
What made Coach? Well, two questions. What made Coach Osborne so great, and then what type of players did you guys recruit? Did you recruit a specific type of player? Meaning, was it an athletic type? Was it he's 6'5", we want him big? What was that like? I mean, what?
Well, all the guys that know me back in those days, I always wanted my term was big runners. Big runners. If you look at the film on the guys everybody on defense, if you didn't go wide open top speed, you weren't going to play at Nebraska, not on that defense. And so I looked for big runners. But they came, when I say big, they came in really all shapes and sizes. Dante Jones was probably under 200 pounds on his recruiting visit.
Wow.
Yeah. But his work ethic, and if you saw him on film, he had a motor that never quit. What you saw of him at Nebraska as a black shirt, it was the same exact motor, but we just tightened him up, and he was a worker.
Tightened him up. Okay, so did they have the black shirts when you played?
I was a black shirt.
Did it? So how far back does it start?
You know, that's a good question. I think it started with Monty Kiffin. I don't remember exactly how long it back, but when I came, you had the black shirts, you had the gold shirts, you had the green shirts, and then you had the guys just in the jersey.
No name, no nothing, just a jersey.
and I started with no name, and then I was a green shirt, and then I was a gold shirt, and then I was a black shirt for 2 seasons.
Do you think that if the NIL was around when you played, you said you was a green shirt, then you was a gold shirt, and then you was a whatever, gold shirt again, whatever, and then you was a black shirt for 2 seasons. Do you think you would have left?
You know,
in this climate?
I have wrestled with that thought process for a long time. Loyalty in football, starting from my high school days to come to college, that was just a given. That thought never crossed my mind about going anywhere else. Now, we weren't getting that kind of money, and it's a really tough question. I never considered transferring or anything like that when I was at Nebraska. But, if you remember back then, you couldn't transfer within conference. There were rules. You had to sit out and all different kind of things. But, I would say no, but I'm not in that modern era where you can.
If you was coaching in this era, and again, head coach of New Mexico State, I want to talk about Kenton Keefe. He's got a son, that Caprice Keefe.
I've seen him on video.
He's really, really good.
I've seen him on video.
So you being a head coach in this conference, I'm talking about Division I football. How would you handle the NIL in this transfer portal? How would you handle it?
I don't know enough about it. I don't know the nuts and bolts about it. I know there's a lot of money out there. I know that I was a developmental style coach, meaning the guys knew that they'll probably be 2-year starters when they got there. A great one was a 3-year starter. Wistrom was the first guy I had in my career at Nebraska that played a lot as a true freshman. And so it's hard to answer that question from when you ask it that way.
Yeah.
You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah, I see.
But I was a developmental guy.
Do you think in this climate of football that developmental coaches are going by the wayside because of everybody wants it now?
Well, developmental now is just has a short life. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Would I have been able to keep a Dante Jones because he was waiting on somebody else to graduate first?
Yeah.
Because whenever he stepped on the field and the other schools saw that, his mindset might be different, you know. I don't know if you guys remember David White.
Of course, Big D White.
Ended up playing for Buffalo for some 13, 14 years. He was the first of the DNs that we switched to inside backer like Jay Foreman, because we had Trev Alberts, Travis Hill, 2 All-Americans, and David White was in the 3-man rotation, and we had 2 younger guys that were probably would have transferred in this modern era, and we wanted to get them all on the field at the same time. So David went to Mike, and he was smart. He and Jay, different personalities, but that mental, very, very similar. They can run the whole package. They was bright. They set everybody up, made all the checks, the whole 9.
That was the Mike linebacker's job.
That was the Mike linebacker job, and in the back it was the free safety job. Yeah, they were the generals.
Yeah, Tony Veland, Mike Minner.
Yeah,
Mike
Minner. Yeah. Tyrone Bird. Yeah, all some really great free safeties back there.
How good was? And again, I think with Bach, Terrell, even how good was Mike Kroll? Who else? Broderick Thomas. That whole bookend, Neil Smith. How good was they when they played together?
Oh, they were great players. We didn't have the attack style defense that we had back then. The front was reading and still protecting those linebackers, right. But we had to protect front side and backside linebackers. Teams ran a little bit more. They were much more physical. The Big 8 was physically violent.
Yeah.
And so the style was different. Broderick was in a 2-point stance. We had a balanced stance. We weren't staggered and just firing off the ball,
What year would we have went to that? Because see, as far as I can remember, that's what I remember us being until I go back and watch the film.
We started to transition after, I want to say the 91 season. That was a little bit of a down year from that perspective back in those days. That was a little bit of a down year for us.
Well, because that was the year Colorado came in and beat us.
And Georgia Tech beat us.
Georgia Tech beat the smoke out of us that year.
Yeah. And so that was the start of the transition. We studied Miami. We studied Florida State. We studied University of Arizona and started looking at implementing those kind of fronts and schemes to be able to match up with them in the bowl games. Because we'd win a bunch of Big 8 championships, go down to the bowl game, play Miami, Florida State in their backyard, and they just had way too much speed for us.
Terrell, you sure?
What?
You ain't got no questions. Okay, I'm still rolling. We'll bring in Ricky Simmons. Get your happy. Ow! Ricky, you hanging with a legend up in this piece, man. Hey, listen, you need to do this more often. Just surprise me with the legends at 1.
Hey, look, man, I was at home chilling, and he called me. So, he said, man, I've never been to the radio station. I had him as a guest on my show, but he zoomed in from Henderson. So he's like, man, I'd like to just walk through there. So I said, okay, give me a few minutes. I'll come pick you up. Where you at? So I came and picked him up and showed him around and ran into you guys, man.
Yeah, man, that's how it works. Then all of a sudden, the captain be like, oh, no, I can't let you out of here. I see Coach Brown walking, right? I go out there and grab him.
He's still walking hard?
Yeah, he's still walking. So I went and work before the little Husker games that they had, which was fun. I go and inside the old locker room, guess who's in there by himself working out? Coach Brown.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Let me jump in here with him and stuff, and get going. And that's what I knew. Yeah, Coach, you look like you 55, but you 69 too.
Yeah.
That's 70 catching up, man. You got to slow down at some point, Coach. Have you slowed down, or are you still kind of tooling away like Coach Brown and Coach Solich still look great? Yeah. What's going on?
I adjusted.
Okay, all right.
I was a gym rat. I used to play basketball in season.
I remember that.
I used to hoop. When we got done with the late night meetings and all that, I'd go to the gym over there at Sports Courts and I'd play basketball. I played basketball all around Lincoln, for years. I can't do that anymore. So I switched to riding a cycle.
Oh.
A road cycle.
Okay.
But I ride on paved ground, those skinny tires.
Yeah.
I'd get on the paved grounds all over in Nevada and California, and I'd go about 24, 25 miles, just cruise.
In a day?
Yeah. No, just about 3 times a week.
Still, though.
Yeah.
That's still, no, I'm saying in a day, you'll go 24 miles.
Oh, yeah. You're on a bike, you're cruising.
Where's 24 miles?
And I'm not around traffic, so
Well,
I can put my music on.
Yeah.
It's paved roads, no motorized vehicles. Those are the ones by choice, and I'll just go.
Coach, give me your I just want your wisdom on with the dynamics of what happened to Shedeur Sanders in the draft.
Boy, I tell you what, I was very confused by that whole thing. I really was, because I watched him develop. I watched him at Jackson State, and I thought he had some things to work on. And then his first year at Colorado, he got better, but I still wasn't sure about him. But I thought his senior year was special. It was special. And now I don't know what all went down, but I know it was very surprising to the entire country what went down. I thought, and I don't study all the quarterbacks like that, but based on information that I was hearing and all that, I was assuming maybe second, third quarterback. The other kid from Miami, Ward, I thought was special.
Right.
And, so I thought he would be second or third quarterback chosen, but that's just off of me listening to what all the pundits talked about. Yeah.
Not necessarily.
But it was an interesting thing. I'd like to get the rest of that story, so to speak. I'd like to understand from somebody on the inside what really went down.
Yeah. Do you think that his dad, his relationship with his dad, because dad's the head coach at Jackson State. I've been a head coach. You've been a head coach. If you got a son that's that good, and you go from Jackson State to Colorado, he's coming with you. The development of that football team, whether it was Jackson State or Colorado, was because of Shedeur Sanders. To me, I'm saying guys went there with prime time because, son, he had his quarterback. Number one position that you need, to me, when I'm a head coach, my quarterback has got to be solid. So for him to raise that kid up and go from Jackson State, should have won the championship in Jackson State, to go to Colorado, go from a 1-11 to 4 games to next year having a winning season. How do you leave that on the sideline?
Well, I'd go back a little bit further. Deion coached him since they were children.
Literally, yeah.
He always coached them. And I find it interesting when I hear them talk. They all have the same voice of their daddy, the mannerisms. Right. And so I also think they also have that confidence and that swag. Because if you remember back in the day, we all waited on ESPN Sunday night to watch primetime. Right. Because Deion was going to have a highlight in there.
But do you think that's what got him in trouble, though?
I don't know if it's trouble.
Well, trouble where it's got to be trouble if the team said no.
I would really love to hear what went on that we all don't know about.
Yeah.
There's something that went down there that we don't know about.
Gotcha.
There's got to be.
Yeah.
Because from a talent standpoint, I think we'd all agree that he should be a very capable NFL quarterback. He's got the potential to really improve. And that was my point before. Every year he did something better. He got better every single year that I started paying attention to him.
We are here. We're gonna throw it to break, but before we do, Coach, I want to hold you for another segment or two. When I get you in here, I got a million questions. I don't know.
You can fire away.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
I'm retired. I have time.
Oh, you got time? Perfect. Play the music, Bach. We listen. It's Thursday. It ain't a tough talk Thursday. It's a great talk Thursday. Yeah. I got Coach Samuel. One of my. It's funny. I do have some favorite offensive coaches, but the majority of the coaches I talk to this day, all defense, for some reason.
Yeah, and I want to hear the story of VJ almost becoming a linebacker.
A rush in.
A rush in, not a linebacker. A rush in. Might have been the shortest rush in you probably had.
Hey, listen, we'll be right back. We'll be right back. We got Coach Sales, we got Ricky T. Simmons in the building, Bach, Black Shirt, and me. We'll be right back.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading paternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Back with Vershan Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
They got me here and put a brother to work.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, tell me some of that NIL he got, coach.
That's what we do. We catch you slipping. You might as well be a guest coach. We might as well get you on. I got a show for him. I got a show for Coach too. It's called The Locker Room. Old heads activate. Do you hear what I said? I got a show for you. It's called The Locker Room. Old heads activate. Yeah, you know. You know, basically where old guys come talk about stuff and activate the memories of some of this stuff that you're talking about. Listen, I've heard development. I don't see development anymore. Not where guys know that they're going to come sit for 2 years, which if it's me and they're going to pay me $15,000 a month to sit for 2 years, best believe I'm chilling for 2 years. You're going to get me the best practice squad player you can for $15,000 for a month for the next 2 years. And then I get more money when I start playing. Why aren't these guys patient?
I mean, it's the culture. And if somebody's coming in to get them, and again, I don't know the ins and outs of it because I've never been involved with NIL, but I'm assuming that if somebody's coming in to get you, they're offering more money than you're getting at the school that you're in. So if you're saying you're getting $15,000 a month and then somebody says, look, we're going to give you $25,000 a month or whatever the magic number is, and you come from probably not that kind of lifestyle and money coming up, or they might even, I'm seeing $1 million packages at some schools, you know. Maybe you have to go. And that's the part that I still can't wrap my mind around because I've never been exposed to it.
Yeah. Do you follow Nebraska football?
I really, so I keep track of Nebraska football now. But when I left, I became a head coach. And I didn't have any time to watch anybody else other than on highlights maybe because we had our hands full. We took over one of the worst programs in college football.
Which was?
And developed it.
New Mexico State?
New Mexico State. And so we didn't have time to follow Nebraska football.
Where is New Mexico State? Is that Albuquerque? Where is that?
That's in Las Cruces, New Mexico.
So how was that recruiting there?
It's different, but we lived our life on developmental players. We recruited players that we saw something in them, and they might have been able to run real fast at corner, but they were 150 pounds, but they had a frame, so they weren't going to be able to help us right away. We had to get those kind of guys. You know what I mean? And if those guys developed in this day and age, by the time they're sophomores, guess what's going to happen? Somebody else is going to come in.
Yes.
And snatch
them up. Now, that's happening to Mickey at Grambling State, right? And so do you think that they should pay? If you're going to come in and take a guy that Mickey develops for 2 years at Grambling State, and then Ole Miss comes in and say, well, we're going to give you $300,000. You know he's going, number one. You know he's getting out of here. Don't you think Mickey and Grambling State deserve a little bit of change for that development that they put in that kid for 2 years?
Well, I think there's got to be some changes to a lot of these rules because right now it's a little bit of a free fall. And so I don't know if that's one of the answers, but something has to be done in order to get this thing accurate. You know, I can't imagine being that constant traveling like that. I really think at this point you probably need some sort of a NFL professional type contract. You know, you might say, okay, we're going to sign you to a 2-year contract or something along those lines. Or like you're saying, maybe you have to compensate the team that you develop. I don't know all the answers to that, but the heads that know how to make this thing happen, They really need to sit down and discuss this whole thing.
Yeah, but how you have New Mexico State. The development, it's already hard to get players out there.
Mm-hmm.
You get the Kenton Keiths out there, right? You get some of the players that you've gotten that went on to play in the National Football League. And after 2 years, old Coach Vershan over here comes in from Nebraska, and I say, you know what, Ken, I know your uncle. I know your people. And I got 20,000.
And your daddy.
And your daddy.
Which was one
your
of my
grandpas.
teammates.
Oh, Percy Keith.
Percy.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Look, man, I got $5,000 more than what you even can. Matter of fact, you ain't even getting no much. I'll give you 10 grand. Come on back home. So for you as a coach, that has to be devastating. It gotta be.
Question.
It's got to be.
We probably would have lost Kenton Keith. We were playing Louisiana Lafayette and KK at Louisiana Lafayette. And we're walking through the tailgate before the game. And you know his free spirit.
Oh, yeah.
And he laughing and giggling with people. And he looked at some little person over there and he goes, I'm getting ready to show y'all something. I was walking right behind him. We're going out to play. And he just said that end of the first quarter, he had about 150.
Wow.
He hit him for 250 that day. So I'm saying we lose Kenton Keith in this day and age.
That's what I'm saying. It would be devastating.
Yeah.
And so to me, you lose a Kenton Keith, somebody should be like, hey, here go a couple $100,000. Whatever they getting from the school, I think they should give to the school that they left from.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a Division I school, you just messed up.
Yeah.
But if it's a 1AA, 2, 3 school, you're going to get their best player, and it's going to rip a hole.
Yeah.
And not only the team, it's going to rip a hole in the whole entire economy.
Yes.
When your best player gets snatched away from you.
Oh, yeah. Because you just can't find a Kenton Keith every day of the week.
Right.
I don't know if you ever saw his highlight video coming out of high school.
Nebraska, you should have never been able.
On and on.
You shouldn't have never been able to get Kenton Keith at all to this day, Coach. I know the story now because I talked to Ken. There's no way Kenton Keith shouldn't have been at the University of Nebraska, but they had took Randy Stella, and I kind of know the story behind that Stella and Kenton Keith.
Oh, see, I didn't know all that.
They wasn't beefing.
I talked to his dad, Percy, and we came up to Omaha after looking at the film, and I said, Percy, we'll take care of him,
right?
Because the kind of ship we run, the kind of ship we run, and so it was very important for him to come with us. I think for us and for him.
Yeah, no, 100%, Terrell.
All right, Coach, you they're taking away walk-ons. How important is that to college football, especially for a program like Nebraska who had kids like Jared Talmadge, great kids that Billy Legate, guys Aaron Pillen, who played on special teams, who really helped us out. What does that do to the culture of football now that they're taking it out and having a 105 roster?
Well, let's talk Nebraska.
Yeah.
Because that's a big part of the old formula. We would get special teams players. We'd get offensive linemen. We had some safeties. We had linebackers. We had guys that came from the state of Nebraska, and when they went down there, they were playing to represent their state and their city and their county. And now they might not have been scholarship guys, but they were right on the edge of being scholarship guys. And very, very few back then left the state of Nebraska.
Yeah.
They would rather walk on to Lincoln than go to a neighboring college on a full scholarship, knowing that if they worked hard, they all got the same shot. Because we didn't, as a coaching staff, I can't tell you how many times Coach Osborne would say it. Once you come on campus and you're part of the team, we don't look at you as scholarship or walk-on. We look at how you can play and how you can develop.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's, for a place like Nebraska, that's a tough deal because of what we got out of it. You and I both know, and everybody in this room knows, we beat you in the fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah. And sometimes we beat you in the first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And if we beat you in the first, you're in trouble.
It's over with. Yeah.
You might not even make it to the third.
Now, let's go to game time. Game time now. Florida game. A lot of people had us to get upset or for them to beat us. When did you know that it was time for us to take over?
In the game?
Yeah.
Or in the Florida game?
Yeah.
Right after we shut them down after that first one, and then we had that sack.
Yeah.
You know, when the defense came to life.
Yeah.
Because
we started off a little slow. They got the little passes. They went down the field.
Ooh, they
scored.
They
kind of scorched us the first series. We got our minds right. I think Tommy them finally scored, and then we just I don't know if Coach McBride called the dogs on them, but you know we put together a package, a blitz package, and I think the main key for our defense was stopping the run. When you held a team to 25 yards the whole game rushing and sack them 10 times, you dominated.
No question. And if you remember, Florida thought it was a good idea to go a lot of no back.
Yeah.
Because they thought that they can take advantage, because we played 99% man coverage.
Yeah.
It was either blitz man or that robber coverage where we had people playing and all that.
Yeah.
And if you remember, we were able to check. If we wanted to, we could check our defense. If we saw an empty set, we could check our defense to a blitz.
Yeah.
Or we could
by
call
them?
fool and let people think we blitzed.
Mm-hmm.
And that really confused their quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Like when we got, you know, I know you're still mad about the almost safety.
Almost safety, Coach. That was a safety, Coach.
No, it wasn't. Jamel got the safety.
Jamel
got the
when
safety.
you look on field,
it wasn't your safety.
What was it, Coach?
Jamel got it.
It was a safety. It was a safety.
They didn't call it a safety.
It was a safety,
they didn't call
you
it.
look at it and throw you out of the
But then
game.
the next play, we said, you know what? Let's call check again.
Yeah. And they came in motion.
If they go
came in motion
again,
my
we're going
way.
to blitz them again.
So I had to bounce out with the back that came in motion.
Yep.
And Jamel slid down. And that's how we did it. Because if the back would have went in Jamel's side, I would have blitzed again.
Yeah.
So we rotated it, and they came on my side, and that's how it happened.
Yeah, because you know you were creating so much havoc in the game, well, all season, but in that game, you were creating so much havoc. I would have sent him over there too, because they knew you would, from a count system, they knew you had to release and not blitz. But the other thing about that was, we were so fast as outside blitzers that the quarterback misjudged how fast we could get there. He had no idea that a guy can cover that much ground so fast, because you had him on the sack and they didn't give it to you. And then Jamel came, and I mean, he can run from.
Yeah, he was on.
He can run like lightning.
Yeah,
he was as quick as they come. So he was always a little bit ahead of the pressure. You know, the quarterback didn't understand how quick he was going to get there.
Yeah. What was the best defense that you coached? What year you would say?
Man, that's a lot of years, man. Why you always want to know the best?
I just want to know what I want to know what you think, Coach.
Great talent.
You don't ever want to. You know what? Y'all coaches is something else, because you never really want to give us what we want. I want to know, in your eyes, you was a coach for a lot of defenses. You was a part of a lot of defenses.
Yeah.
Which one was the best?
I can't name the best, but I can name a few.
Okay, yeah, give me your top three.
I can't. I'm not giving numbers on it.
He wants numbers. Top five.
Okay, let's just talk defense. We just talked about that 95.
95. Okay.
Ooh, that was a great defense. But let's go to 94. That was a great defense.
That was a great defense too.
You know, and I know we stubbed our toe in 96. But that was a great defense, but we had more pieces missing. But in that 90s run when we were really, really, what did we go, 62-5 or something like that?
No,
over
60-3.
Is it 60-3?
60-3.
All those defenses were great.
I got a point.
Every single one of them. We transitioned to the 4-3, and there was another defense that people didn't pay attention to. We called it the bubble defense.
Oh yeah, I love that bubble.
Which we got from University of Arizona, and that complemented
the
4-3.
Put that middle linebacker over the center.
3 technique.
Yeah, and then the wheel slides in the middle.
In the middle.
Yeah, and the the Sam on the outside of the end.
The Sam
pick right,
played,
pick
the
left.
Sam played one side,
Yeah.
and then the Will played the middle, and he played off to one side. Then the safety came down to help him out.
Oh wow!
Can nobody touch the Will?
Couldn't
Like
touch,
everybody was
couldn't
covered
touch the
for it.
mic either.
Yeah, couldn't touch
And
nobody.
we had stunts off of that.
See, you don't see that many stunts anymore either. You don't see black stunts. You don't not
Under Viking.
I can't see it. I can't see it. What's under Viking? What do you do?
That's a blitz.
Yeah.
Well, I know that, but what you got on that?
That's a blitz where I think Christian or one of those defensive linemen drop back in coverage.
Oh man, I forgot all about
And they'll
that.
fool you with it because they'll step up first and then they come back. See, we
what is
did
this, banjo?
That's banjo.
That's coverage.
That's banjo.
coverage.
Oh, this is coverage. That's all I remember.
I think the best thing about 95 defense was we was able to fool. They gave us free permission to fake blitz every play. So you didn't know what we was doing. We got so good at it that Coach McBride said, do what you want to do.
it.
Yeah. So we was able to act like we was coming every play. But the thing is, you have to they would stop it if we couldn't get back where we were supposed to be at. Even on runs, you have to really step back a second and look at the play and then go.
Oh, no question. But then going back to the one where we dropped the defensive lineman out, we played a lot of outside man coverage, so the receivers started running a lot of shallow routes, and they thought they can just throw the ball. So they see all these linebackers blitz, and the defensive lineman rush up and then drop back and surprise you.
Right.
And you can get big hits. Receivers didn't like going inside that little channel. Right there. That's a nasty little channel.
That's because y'all used to tell them to hit us. They don't do that anymore. They let them go
No,
free.
it's
They
illegal
free
now.
space them in the channel.
It's illegal.
You
now.
can check
put
them,
your
can't
hands
you?
on
You
them.
can check them a little bit.
It's just like letting the
You
guy
can
run
give him
right
a
past
shoulder.
you without putting your hands on
Check
him.
him.
Yeah.
A little check, the little check shoulder.
Yeah. Oh no, hands.
Oh, check
If
hand.
if you try to put a shoulder, he make a move on you and get away from it.
Okay, check hand.
Yeah. We was just waiting for VJ to come through the middle.
Whatever. Listen, we got to throw it. We got to throw it to break. This dude right here. Look, more Coach Samuel when we come back. Coach Sam's 93.7 the T.
He's gonna work.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Back with Vershan Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We back. We back. We back on the show, Terrell. We back on the show.
All right. Welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket, the fastest 2 hours in radio. Bach, there you go, Bach. There you go. Get me right. We are with Coach Tony Samuel. Now, Coach, New Mexico State. How many players or ex-players did you coach that you took with you?
Just going down the checklist. Barney Cotton, Jerry Godowski, Bill Bush, Jeff Jamrock, Steve Stannard, Kevin Leitner, Mark Mauer. Kenny Wilhite came down there with us.
Sure did.
Kenny had just wrapped up his career in the CFL, so we didn't have a spot for him initially, but we brought him down anyway until we could put him on the field.
You know, Bill Bush does the morning show here.
You know, I heard that.
Yeah.
I'll have to get a hold of old Bushman. We call him Bushman.
Usually listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we had a whole crew of them. I've been on record to say that if we could have kept that staff intact, we could have taken on anybody in the country because all those guys could recruit. Oh, Clint Brown was another one.
Clint Brown.
Yeah.
What about the fullback? Norris? Did Norris
Chris
go?
Norris.
Chris Norris.
Yep.
Mike Grant. Did Mike Grant come with you?
No.
No,
Okay.
Mike was a GA here.
No, we
He
had
stayed
Mike
here.
Garrison.
Mhm.
Mike Garrison was out of Omaha South, and we were all freshmen together.
Who the guy you had? Ed Morrow. Yeah, him. He was helping.
Well, he helped me as a GA up here. Ed Morrow. He was a great player that never overcame his knee. He had a bad knee, and he never was at full speed up here. But he had all the talent in the world as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy Ed Morrow.
Yeah.
You know he's got a son, right? That's pretty doggone good.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'll tell you in a minute.
Is it basketball?
Basketball.
Oh, really?
Really good. Yeah. They say it's really, really good.
Before his knee, he had that knee injury. He was a skywalker. Ed Morrow was in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
From Chicago?
Yeah, he had a bad knee.
Best football player you seen play basketball? At Nebraska.
You guys remember Lorenzo Hicks?
Of course, I do.
Who he could play basketball.
Hicks was good.
We had some great athletes.
Eric Warfield.
Let's go back a little further.
Okay.
Junior Miller.
Ooh.
I saw Junior Miller dunk from the free throw line at the men's PE building. That building doesn't even exist anymore.
Quiet as kept. You might not believe this, but I saw Tommy Frazier take off from the free throw line.
Oh, yeah, Tommy can play. I played on his team one time when we played. Yeah. He got handles.
Yeah, I've never seen him play basketball.
Tommy Frazier, Lawrence Phillips was the best all-around basketball players that I saw. All around, I'm saying. Now, the best players was Kenny Cheatham. Eric Warfield was good.
Warfield.
Yes. But Cheatham was good. You know, Cheatham had scholarships to go to Kansas. Mike Booker was decent at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was somebody else that was just El Fuego. It was Kenny Cheatham and it was somebody else.
Yeah, we had really great all-around talent. You know, a lot of the guys on the Nebraska football team were also really good basketball players in high school.
Right.
You know, yeah.
Okay, so Coach, I wanna kind of switch gears a little bit. You guys, you went to New Mexico State, and then where'd you go after you left New Mexico State?
I went to Purdue for 1 year, for one season. I wasn't even there a whole year, and had some really good players there. I coached the defensive ends up there, and we had already, by then, they were in the same exact defense as we were, the 4-3 package. And I had a guy by the name of Rob Ninkovich.
Box set. He know that name.
He
that's a heck of a player. Yeah.
He wasn't shabby. You know, Purdue against Indiana is a big deal up there. And we played them his senior year. And Rob had 7 sacks in one game.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. We had another guy by the name of Anthony Spencer, was a sophomore, and Ray Edwards. So we had same old thing. We had a 3-man rotation. And all of them went to the NFL. Anthony Spencer was a great player, and he had a micro knee fracture at the NFL and never really got it going the way he was supposed to be able to get it going.
Did you ever think about coaching in the NFL?
No.
Was that ever? No? Why?
No. I mean, you guys know me. I like to be around the fellas, and I felt like if you know my history and the way my mom came up looking out for people and all that, I was that guy.
Yeah.
So, and you guys know, I was the one that sneak up on you and whisper something in your ear and keep moving.
Man, keep on moving,
I got one for you.
I got one of them. I only got one. I got
one for you. I came out, you gonna remember this. I came out the club one night. Coach Sam would say, "He over there, Chief."
Oh yeah.
Coach Bo was right over there. He was looking for us.
Man.
We went that way.
Yeah.
Hey, boy, I tell you, you did too, Coach. You would definitely put a bug in.
We talked about Larry Arnold.
Yes.
One of the most gifted guys. You talking about body wise and just a freak of nature when you look at him.
Yeah.
I talked to LA about 6 months ago. He was in the hospital and I gave him a call. He was just dehydrated. But, one thing about us kids at Nebraska that we probably learned from y'all coaches is that we all stay in contact. 30 years, me and this guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't killed him yet, Coach Flo. You
can't kill nobody that saved your life. You can't do that.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? That's what I'm saying, Coach. See? Yeah, we got a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
Right? It's been this way.
It started on the practice field.
It started way back in the day.
Yeah, if it changed, I'd be disappointed.
Oh, dang.
I'm not kidding you. I would be disappointed.
Yeah.
Because you guys have not changed your relationship since all the way back in college.
Nah, it's been the same. You know what I mean? I love-hate this guy.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's on, sometimes he's off. But at the end of the day, it's one of my brothers that I would take him with me anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Because I know him. I know what he's going through. I know what he's capable. I know what he's not capable. And, you know, you talk about a heart. Dude got the biggest heart that I know. Why am I saying all this nice stuff about him?
Yeah, Coach. And
Bob, what's wrong with me? Give me something.
I'm 10
Smack
years
me,
sober,
Bob.
Coach. And, you know, I thank Ricky for that. He helped change it. VJ had a part in it, bringing me back to Nebraska from Georgia. But, you know, one thing I tell myself that I'm lucky to have people in my corner that'll do a lot for you and probably do more for a friend than they probably would do for their family. So, you know, I'm thankful for VJ connection, Ricky connection, Coach Osborne, and all the people who helped me over the last 10 years keep sober and keep a positive attitude at the same time.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, I've always kept track of you guys. I don't know if you guys realize that, but I've always kept track. And the thing I learned from childhood, you know, I'd hear my mother say things like, you know, we are our own angels, you know, and it didn't used to make sense to me until as you get old and I got into being a coach. My mom was a nurse. And so, you know, she understood what that meant. We are our own angels, you know. So when your boy comes and brings you back from the edge, you know, at some point he was one of your angels. Yeah. And I'm sure you've been somebody's angel as well. Oh, yeah. And sometimes you don't even know it. You really don't know it.
Wow. Listen, 93.7 The Ticket. I'm with Coach Sam's. The black shirt, Bach. We'll be right back.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Authentic Mexican food is not always easy to find, but you can find it in Lincoln at Tacos Los Hermanos. Their birria tacos are worth the drive from anywhere in town, but their chicken, chorizo, al pastor, and asada tacos are also worth the trip. You can also try any of those meats in a burrito or quesadilla. You won't find a better toppings bar in the area or better dessert options. If you can't get there, don't worry, they do deliver as well. Stop by Tacos Los Hermanos for lunch or dinner today at 70th and Havelock Streets in Lincoln.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT, from cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
At Allo, we go beyond internet, bringing you faster speeds backed by an all-fiber network. We go beyond TV and phone service, delivering reliable, crystal clear connections. We go beyond customer service with local teammates and no robots for a hassle-free experience. We go beyond value, offering transparent prices with no contracts, hidden fees, or data caps. We even go beyond our office doors by working, hiring, volunteering, and living in the communities we serve. Go beyond fiber. Sign up today at allofiber.com.
Yesterday, your water heater worked just fine. Today, surprise! When you're out of hot water, just call the plumbers at Bryant. In most cases, you can get same-day water heater replacement. What you won't get is a costly surprise with the bill. At Bryant, the price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. No last-minute extras for piping or ventilation alterations. Need a new water heater? Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershan Jackson.
Oh, got a bunch all alone is Vershan Jackson. And Vershan, he'll get it to the 24-yard line. Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer. Here he is, Vershan Jackson.
Chip. The Kentucky Derby is this Saturday, and the place to watch it is Liquid Assets. Turn it down a little bit, Bach. Sports Bar and Grill at 27th and Jamie Lane in South Lincoln. 23 beers on tap, mint jaloops, and high-end bourbon will be available to make you feel like you're at Churchill Downs, betting all your money on all horses and all things Derby. 30 TV showing the Derby. Also, Major League Golf, NBA, NHL. Enjoy their delicious wings and handheld sandwiches like the Turkey Milk Liquid Gold Hamburger, the Bull Market Barbecue Burger, or brand new chocolate chip cookie skillet for dessert. Also, come watch the Lincoln Stars tonight in action versus the Waterloo Blackhawks and the USHL Western Conference Final. They're carrying the video feed. You know what that means. They're going to be on TV. And it's Thirsty Thursdays. Gets 10% off of all bottled wine today. Liquid Assets Sports Bar and Grill at 2755 Jamie Lane, just north of 27th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln. Whew. I did that, Coach. Okay, so you know what? I got to say this, Coach. You probably pay attention to basketball, but can you play the song real quick for Coach? Play the song that somebody in here came up with. I think they came up with this song. They came up with it, and I really believe they believed it. Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5. Terrell's a lie. The Lakers are live. The Lakers are gone. The Lakers are gone.
He went there.
LeBron is.
Bob,
this what I'm gonna be quiet. Listen to what he played.
Lakers in 5. It doesn't matter. Chris Paul, Jake Paul, Logan Paul. Lakers in 5. Serge Ibaka, Chewbacca, Waka Flocka. Lakers in 5. Tyler Hero, superhero, guard hero. Lakers in 5. You can have hard, you can have a hard, you can get a guard.
All right. You got me. My Lakers went down yesterday. All right, we can just yell the little false narrative out. We can go ahead and get it out the way now. The Lakers lost
in 5.
In 5. 4 games to 1. All right, you got your joke on. Who else lost?
Nobody else lost but the Lakers in 5.
Golden State lost. No, somebody lost in 4. So what do you mean? Yeah. So
yeah, but they didn't have a song, the Lakers in 5, that you really put.
Shannon Sharp made that. The Lakers didn't make that.
You brought it to our show.
Yeah.
And you know what? You shouldn't be bringing nothing Shannon Sharp bring to the show anyway.
Well, that's okay.
So, Coach, I ain't gonna lie. I had to send this to Terrell because it was just so funny, and he kind of got a little sideways at me. But you know, at some point, the king has to be every king is dethroned for the most part, right?
And the new king is what took him out. The new king took him out.
This is what I said.
Anthony Edwards.
See, we already on the same page.
So Terrell's been on this whole LeBron kick. LeBron's the GOAT. That's what he's saying, that LeBron's the GOAT. So I asked you, Coach, who's the GOAT?
I sent them back this one, Coach.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see. What? Yeah, you better join the crew. Coach, who's the best basketball player of all time?
Man, you really want to hear from me?
Well, because you're going to go back. You're going to take us back. You might not even.
Abdul-Jabbar.
Ooh, why?
Why?
Yeah, how can you pick him over Magic or Michael?
He won. He was undefeated in high school. He was undefeated at UCLA, and he had a bunch of championships in the NBA.
Oh, that makes sense.
Come on. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That makes sense.
He changed the game. Now, of course, Jordan is the man. But those are different. To me, those are eras.
Yeah, because I told him this yesterday. Like, you got new generations. Like, these kids, 13, 14, 15-year-old kids, they don't know Michael Jordan. They will go farther back as Kobe Bryant, LeBron, Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
They don't understand the Michael Jordans and the Kareems and Magic and Birds when we grew up.
They just don't.
So that's just a generational thing that gets played out each year. It's like kids don't understand the Nebraska of the 90s and the 80s and the 70s like they should. Like, these guys don't even understand who we are or what we did.
They weren't even born yet.
Yeah, but they knowing it because Coach Rule installing it in them to bring back the culture like we used to have, because these guys don't understand how serious we played this game, how serious we took it. We took it to a different level. And I wasn't here but 2 years, but those was the best 2 years of football that I ever had a chance to play in my life, besides winning a high school championship.
Yeah, no question.
So, but in defense of Coach saying Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, because me, I'm a fat guy. I want to know the facts. You picked him for a reason. You didn't just pick him out of the clear blue sky. And then I go look. Well, who's the NBA's leading scorer?
It was Kareem.
Still is, ain't it?
LeBron.
No, LeBron got him.
Oh, LeBron got him.
Yeah.
So this is kind of old. What about games played? Kareem.
I don't know.
Kareem. 1,560 games played. 24.6 points, 11.2 rebounds, 3.6 assists, 2.6 blocks. Here's what got me. 19-time All-Star. 19 times. Is LeBron 19 times? Because he played over 20 years.
He probably is. 6
MVP awards and 6 NBA championships. It's pretty doggone good.
Nobody's ever got 6 besides him.
What?
MVPs.
Besides Kareem?
Yep.
That's what I'm saying, Coach. That's the facts in it. You could argue that. And because I'm not really a 10-year-old that's in this, they can't tell you who the best basketball player is because they haven't seen the decades of basketball.
They're only speaking for their era. I mean, Terrell hit it on the head.
Who's the best
They're
basketball
only
in this
speaking
era?
for their era.
Would you say that what's his name? LeBron James is the best basketball player in this era?
I would say, Jordan's a different era.
Yeah, Jordan be a different era.
So Jordan was the man for a long, long time.
I would put Kobe in this era.
And then Kobe he was on top, and then here came LeBron after him.
Right.
So they were all the best of their eras because there was a little carryover between Kobe and LeBron.
Yeah.
But the next one's Anthony Edwards. I'm just telling you. He's the next one.
Georgia kid.
Hey, it's funny. Hey, Coach, you know what a flip flopper is?
No, he's a Georgia kid. I root for all Georgia kids.
I know you do.
Yeah. You know what a flip flopper is, though, Coach? You know you ever heard of a flip flopper? It's the definition is Terrell Farley.
Oh, he bouncing around?
No.
He's a
Bob. Tell the truth. Bob. Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up. Tell the truth.
No.
This dude been a LeBron James.
I always been a LeBron fan.
But
Anthony Edwards was from Georgia, and the Lakers was already out of. So you go with the next best thing. You go with where they from.
Oh, is that who you're going with again?
This is who he's going with now.
In college football,
he was going with
if
the
Nebraska
Lakers.
is not doing their job in college football, I run to the state of Georgia because that's where I'm from. So I have a right to go for UGA because it's in my blood.
Yeah.
Right, Coach?
Oh, no question.
Thank you.
No question.
Coach,
let me throw another tidbit in on you that you didn't say. So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, alias Lou Alcindor.
Yes.
He has family. His roots on one side of his family is from Trinidad, which happens to be where I'm from.
Wow.
So we got to factor that in too.
Yeah. So that's why you gonna go with Kareem. That's what you.
No, he's the best. He was. I
can't knock it.
He had the most unstoppable hook shot in the history of the game.
Yeah. I think what they need to do is put a highlight together of Kareem and just Kareem and release it.
But for the media and all that, it would almost be, it won't be as exciting as the Michael Jordan dunks and the Michael Jordan taking the team down the stretch and going undefeated in the finals and all that. Because he had a beautiful sky hook. He changed everybody's shot that came into the hole. And he also had a nice jump shot that he didn't have to use.
Yeah.
So in this day and age, he would still be viable because he had a jump shot.
Coach, I want to ask about Coach McBride because, for a long time, Coach McBride at the bowl games would really chide me because I was on scout team for 2 years. And he rode me like Bronco Billy, talking, I was talking stuff. And he used to tell me, close my mouth, be quiet, And I'm just like, I'm not letting y'all let these black shirts get away with doing anything to us. It ain't, how we say it, Bob? You're not going to put your hands on me like that and expect for me not to do anything back.
That's a lie.
No, that's the truth. with me, when I was on scout team, you weren't there yet, buddy. We dealt with real black shirts when I was there.
Black shirts are black shirts.
I get it.
No
I
such
get
thing
it.
as real or fake black
Let me
shirts.
just say this real quick. The guys who were black shirts when I was there, you guys are black shirts, but it's a different look. Okay, I'm fighting y'all every day. We're even now. Back then, I'm going against. This year's my freshman. I'm going against. This is every day. Dwayne Harris, Trev Alberts, Dante Jones,
David White.
David White. Who was the other one on the end? Big Moore. Big J Moore.
Yeah.
Big J Moore was there. I'm going against all of these dudes every day. And we didn't just go one segment against the black shirts. That's not how it happened. We had two groups of offenses, and if whoever the defense was, they was going to get two plays back to back. And you was going to do that on 5 or 6 different segments, whether that was option drill to inside run, outside run, pass station, run station, didn't matter. And they didn't care. So my question to you was, was that just the mentality of the guys when I got there, or was that the mentality when you was there as well, that if you was a black shirt, didn't matter who you was playing against, you did what you did. You stomped them. You put them in the dirt.
Yeah, because you were called scout team. So that always happened. And we were preparing for battle by attacking you guys. I mean, bottom line, as simple as that. And the depth chart was so strong that if we had a bad day as a black shirt, you could lose that black shirt.
Oh, wow.
You got to factor that in.
Yeah.
And the guy that was behind you, that was a gold shirt, might go on the field and you'd never see the field again because he was really good too.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like we were taking it out on you.
Yeah, you were.
We were surviving.
And don't let the scouts. Why was it that when the scouts come, everything raised up another bar?
Oh yeah.
There's another level. Don't embarrass the black shirts when the scouts is here. You will pay for the rest of the week, if not month, with your life if you embarrass them.
Absolutely.
So
I 100% agree with you. I have no quarrel with that.
So here, let me give you a story. So Coach McBride used to do this to me all the time. He'd be like this. He just look and he'd go like this. And this is when I was playing. He'd just go like this. And so I was like, finally I asked him my senior year, like, Coach, why you keep on doing that to me? He said, well, at this rate, if you keep on playing like that, that's what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, pumping gas. You know, back in the day, though, you remember? No, he said pumping gas. You remember back in the day when you had to go to the gas station, they used to pump your gas. Full service. They used to pump your gas, right? So, and I'm calling Coach McBride probably next week or so. And I'm going to say, Coach, I didn't know that you was telling the truth, that I was going to be pumping gas for the rest of my life, because now I own a car dealership. And I was pumping gas the other day thinking, Coach McBride was right. I'll be pumping gas the rest of my life. Yeah. But how did you get, well, what did Coach McBride mean to you? And why did y'all follow him like you was willing to follow him anyway?
Well, you know, we had a unique defensive staff. Charlie McBride came my senior year. So I was
when you was there.
And he was coaching the defensive line. He wasn't the defensive coordinator yet.
Mm-hmm.
George Darlington was the only position coach I ever had in college.
Wow.
You know.
Yeah.
And so we had a nucleus of coaches that they knew me and I knew them. But the more I watched Charlie was the best technician I've ever been around.
Mm.
So when I was a GA, I spent a year with the defensive line with Charlie. And his motivational skills and techniques, unmatched. When Charlie gave a speech, he had the defense ready to roll.
I'm going to tell this story. I've told Terrell and them this. I used to go when they used to go in the bathroom. I would go and I would be sitting right outside listening. That's how good it'd be. And he'd fire me up based on, I don't know what the heck he's talking about, but I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And I remember going and listening to Coach McBride go bananas.
And the facial expressions on Charlie, he showed you that it came from the heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When he made a certain face, and I mean, Charlie had the ability to make those lips quiver.
Yeah.
I mean, Charlie was special.
He'll make you scared of him.
Well, that too.
I seen two players. He literally made two of the biggest guys I've seen in my life minions. Not minions, but he made them this small. Like they was this big. But when he cussed them out and finished with them, they felt this little bit. And Jason Jenkins and Larry Townsend, like they was scared of him.
Black Steel.
Yeah.
They was scared of him.
Well,
like,
when that lip
he
got to
stole
go,
their
like Coach was saying.
Oh, yeah.
When that lip got to quiver and his stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
you didn't know what he was going to do to you.
But you know the beautiful thing about Charlie, though? And I admired that about him, and he gave me a lot of wisdom. They all did. Because, you know, I played for these guys. And they brought me back to coach. But the thing I really liked about Charlie, he'd always say, you know what? If you chew them down, you got to go and hug their neck. So he never broke you.
Yeah.
He chewed me out. Well, he didn't chew me out. He told me something. He said, if your ass don't never hit nobody, you'll never play at Nebraska. And the next play I went in there,
You was crying and snotty nose too, wasn't you?
Nah.
Oh.
No.
All right, we got to throw at the break. 93.7 the ticket. I'm with
the black shirt.
And
Bach.
Who else?
T. Savage.
Oh, in the building, and we are powered
by
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
Brand
Excavator.
We'll be right back.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Back with Vershan Jackson. Powered by Bauer. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Really?
Quiet. He was quiet.
Okay, we are back. Gus Mohawk asked this question. Is this Gus Mohawk? When and how did you guys give out black shirts? Did it change over your playing years to coaching career? And how much does that mean as a player? Bro, I'll let you get your headphones on, Coach. We coach together, man. Come on, man. All them years Coach got you together, now all of a sudden you can't help out the coach. You too good. All right.
Ask me that again.
Okay, so a texter, Gus Mohawk, says this. When and how did you guys give out the black shirts?
I think it changed over the years. When we were coming up, there was no ceremony. You know, we had those closed-in metal lockers back then, little holes. And you'd walk by your locker and you'd see a black shirt in there in the side there. They put the equipment people put it in there. And if you didn't play well, you might show up on a Sunday. Never happened to me. And there might be a gold shirt in there.
Yeah. I seen a guy, Coach, and you was here for this. I seen a guy get his black shirt stripped during practice. You remember if I said it. I don't even want to say it because it's big brother to me. You remember? You wasn't here.
Remember that.
You didn't ever play with Kareem Moss. You remember Kareem Moss?
Of course.
Coach Darlington. You don't remember that, huh?
No, I don't remember
get in there and get that shirt off.
Took it off of him.
Took him off during practice. That was the worst day. I'm telling you, I'll never forget that. Now, he ended up getting it back, though. He ended up getting it back.
Yeah.
But that's how important it was.
Hey, that black shirt, I remember as a player, I might have had a good day on the field, but I made me a couple little mistakes or something. And I walk up to that locker room a little tentative now. I wouldn't even open it. I'll just peek in there and see what was in there. I never lost it, but that the threat was there.
Yeah. Well, but why was it so coveted? Why did y'all? I mean, I'm only asking that question because I don't think the people understand how coveted having a black shirt and being in that group and that alumni is.
We saw ourselves as the best defense in the country. To be a black shirt meant you were part of one of the best defenses in the country, if not the best defense in the country. That's just my thinking.
Terrell?
It gave you that swag. I mean, me getting my black shirt, I got mine in the middle of the year, right before my first start, which was the Kansas State game. They called me to the office. I sat down with Coach Bo. He told me that, they really liked what I was doing. And I was going to start that week. Went down to the locker room and I had a black shirt and it changed my whole playing style. I mean, it made me more aggressive, more like dangerous. It made me
really.
It made me feel like a barbarian that's ready to go to war anytime because that's what we felt like. We felt like we was 11 of the baddest dudes that ever played football.
Yep.
And that's the mentality we took on the field every Saturday when we lined up, is that if they get a yard, they're going to damn near have to earn it, or we're going to break your neck trying to get it.
Yeah.
So, it's like being in a fraternity, but just with black shirt jerseys. So, it is something that you take to heart.
Coach, when y'all used to recruit, did y'all sit in the meeting room and say, okay, did you have a board? Did you have, these are our top 5 guys? How did that go as far as recruiting?
Well, things have changed drastically. The science wasn't such. We used to have to wait for film to get sent in by mail or whatever.
Right.
And watch players. We didn't have highlights with things. We watched games.
The entire game.
And so I remember when I first came back, we had designated periods in recruiting near the end of the season where I had the defensive ends, so I'd watch every single defensive end film of all the top pros. We spent 1, 2, 3 days. I don't remember exactly how many. And I would create a list and rank those guys. And every position did that to their position.
You did that yourself. You didn't have no assistant doing that.
I did it all myself.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do it by myself because I knew what I was looking for, and I also felt that I had I don't even know what you call it, but sometimes I just get a special feeling about somebody, and that was the guy I wanted. And it wasn't always the best one on the film. It was strange, but I watched game film, and I always wanted to see if a guy got knocked down pretty good, I'm watching the next 2 series real close.
Yeah. Who's the best guy you recruited that didn't play defense?
I recruited pretty much. Who came in on offense? I don't even remember. Did I recruit an offensive guy? I don't think so.
Dang.
What was your area?
I mean,
what area you recruited in?
Right,
Coach?
what was your area?
I was in the greater Houston area, Louisiana. Went into Arkansas for 2 years, got Warfield.
You got Warfield out of there.
Yeah, Warfield was special.
Texarkana.
He was special. So we did that. And then I was part of the cross recruiting thing with Jack Pierce. Back in those days, you had an off-campus recruiter. So Jack would be gone all year watching talent. And so he and I tag teamed Texas and Louisiana in particular. And then we branched out to get the others. So
Frankie London? Was that
Frankie London?
Frankie London was on that area.
Yeah. Travis Hill.
Yeah.
What
John
about Reese?
What was I going to ask you? Dave Gillespie would have been the recruiting coordinator back then.
Dave was there. So you had an on-campus and an off-campus recruiter back then. Dave was the on-campus.
Okay, on-campus. What about Steve Peterson?
Steve was the recruiting coordinator later on. He overseered it. By then, we started moving along with the evolution of recruiting.
Gotcha.
So now he overseered it. And Pat Loxton was also later on the overseer.
Yeah.
She was extremely organized, and she kept everything running.
Do you think, Coach, that Steve Peterson letting Coach Solich go at that time, do you think that that's one of the reasons why we have not been able to get back to where we're supposed to be at in the football place?
Well, I don't know how to speculate like that. I officed for 11 years next door to Frank.
Wow.
So I got an awful lot of respect for what he's done and his work ethic and his approach. And let me put it this way. It's no mistake that he went to Ohio U and had the success he had.
True. Bach, you got any questions, man? We've been hogging him up, man. You got any questions for the legend?
Yeah, well, I know you finished your stop there at UNLV, and I've become somewhat of a UNLV fan over the years. How was that? And do you see them the last couple of years? They've really taken a step up. I'm surprised they haven't got the Pac-12 invite, the extended invite yet. Do you think there's a little bit of a sleeping giant there in UNLV?
I don't think it's a sleeping giant anymore. I think it's a giant on the come. First of all, NIL did not hurt UNLV. They are in Las Vegas. There's a lot of money in there. And so I'm sure, I don't even know what they have in their pockets. I don't know what they're spending, but I'm thinking that that's a big part of it. They built some extremely up-to-date facilities, state-of-the-art. And so that's also a factor. So, but they are ready to roll. I went to a couple games. I didn't go to many. But since I retired, I went to 2 UNLV games and 2 Raider games. That's all I can stand because I don't want to get the bug biting me and making me go back out there.
That's right.
But they are night and day now. They can take anybody on from right there.
Well, Coach, when you do get back, I got a young man that I forgot was at UNLV, and he's got an opportunity to be a phenom. I think he's just missing some technical pieces that you might be able to help him with. Chief Borders is at UNLV now.
Oh, you'll have to.
I'm gonna hook that up.
Create the introduce.
I'm gonna hook that up for sure. I'm glad you asked that question, Bob, because now I forgot. I think coaches, you know what I mean, and I think that'll be good because I've taught him a lot of different stuff. But I think just to be able to talk to you would be great for him. 6'5", 6'6", big boy,
really?
Can move.
You taught him some stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, I see why he's on his 4th school.
Oh, no, don't listen to me. Don't even try that.
Shuffle.
There's a couple, listen to me. There's a couple things that I think all defenders should have. And if you can't hand fight, I think you're expendable. You will never be as effective if you cannot hand fight. If you don't know how to get off a block, what good are you? If I grab you and I'm a holder, I've been trained to hold the Jared Talmadges, the Grant Wistroms. If I get them in their shoulders and I can put my hands in that shoulder pad and drive my feet, they'll never call holding.
Yeah.
So
They
technically,
teach us the same thing.
but I'm saying though, but being technically sound to me is more important than having all the talent in the world, having all the motor in the world. If you don't know how to technically beat somebody, you are at a disadvantage.
And, don't forget, the hand fighting is all good, but they go together. If you don't have leverage, you can have the best hands in the world, and you're still going to get defeated. Up front, you better be in great leverage position. You know the old saying, low man wins.
Yeah.
And that's against the run. It's against the pass. It's against 3rd and short. It's against 3rd and long. Low man still wins. So hand fighting, a big part of hand fighting is leverage.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bach, that was a good question. You got another one?
Yeah, sure. I know one of your big victories at New Mexico State was over Arizona State. I believe it was 98, maybe 99, where you
99,
got a 99 big victory over them. Was there at all a thought for the payback? Because Phil Snow, who's the coach now here at Nebraska, was still the D coordinator. There was in 96. Any thought that day about, hey, this is for 96?
Actually, it was.
I
didn't say that to the team.
Yeah.
But I do some really quirky things in my summers. So my first game as a head football coach was against Arizona State. And they beat the sleeves off of us. And I took that to heart. And I was still mad about that upset when they shut us out.
Yeah.
I was in the press box on that night. There was a night game.
Game, 96.
So it's about a 6-hour drive. And I went to Phoenix for something else, but I made sure by myself, I pulled up in that stadium and I walked around on that field and I told myself, we're coming. I didn't tell anybody. That's the first time I think I ever mentioned that.
Wow.
But that was big to me. And I knew we can beat them, but the cost was a little bit too much for us. It was a real physical game. We didn't match up with them physically, and it took a toll on us. But on that day, a great day.
Now, when you say, Coach took a, because I want the people to understand this. When you say, it was a great day to win the game, but at what cost? What do you mean? What was the cost of that?
The physicality of it. They had much more talent, and we had good talent for a first team on both sides of the ball, but we had starters on defense that had to do a whole lot of special teams and all that. And the toll, so they were sleepwalking in the first half. They had a big game coming up against Cal Berkeley. Their head coach came from Cal Berkeley to Arizona State, and they were playing them the following week. And we had one more game under our belt than them. and we were actually undefeated going into the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was all that. And I watched pregame warm-ups, and I knew if we can sneak up on them, you all played the game. You can't turn the engine on after you came in the game and you started slow and you're not ready to go hunt.
Right. Oh, yeah. Right.
And so we had momentum. I don't remember the score at halftime. It might have been tied up or something like that. And the biggest thing I remember, I went in there, I pulled a little TO on him, you know.
You did a trickaroo.
Yeah,
did a trick play.
Halftime. No, a little halftime. So we had a few trick plays in the second half.
Yeah.
But, you know, gave him the old TO kind of
speech
mindset.
Yeah.
You know. And well, you know, I told you, it was real simple. I said, well, fellas, you know, we're probably supposed to be up 21-7 instead of being tied up. So I hope we got over the idea of playing some big team in the country.
Yeah.
Because they were ranked 21st and we weren't ranked. I said, I hope you got over the idea. So can we go out there now and show them what we really can do?
Yeah.
And we blew them out in the third quarter. Game was over at the end of the third quarter.
When you know, talk a little bit about what goes on. You're in the press box. Game is going on the field. What are you doing up in the press box?
So George Darlington and I were in the press box. So we were the eyes.
Yeah.
And, of course, you know, you had Frank Solich and Milt Tenopur with the eyes on the offense. And, you know, you didn't have all the fancy replay boards. You didn't have the iPads. You didn't have all that. So we had to really help with the scheme game. I kind of watched the front, and George watched the front and the back. George was, when I tell you, a great adjustment guy now. He was the real deal. And so the combination of all of us, Charlie ran the show on the sidelines, of course. He felt the emotion of the team. We were removed from the emotion in a different kind of way. We were in the emotion, but not the sideline emotion.
Right. I always wondered that.
Yeah.
Coach Steele was on the sideline too during that time?
Coach Steele was on the sideline.
Yep.
So George and I were, all my years were back. All 11 seasons, we sat next to each other in the press box. Yeah, so it's a whole different dynamic.
Yeah.
And so you got to watch personnel because, you know, you can call your defense based on personnel on the field and all those kind of things. And if somebody attacked us a certain way, we had the best vantage point to see it. Not that Charlie and Kevin and whoever was on the sideline couldn't see it as well. We just had a better angle to see the whole play develop.
What would you say is the biggest? Is this the end of the show?
We got one more.
One more real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. But let me ask you this question. You can be thinking about that. What would you say is the biggest win during that era?
Oh, that's easy.
Who?
Miami.
94.
Yeah.
We're going to find out why with Coach Sam's right after this 93.7 The Ticket. Captain Show. They kicked your butt.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Back with Vershan Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket. It's the Captain Show. I'm riding with Coach Sales and Bach. We kicked Terrell Farley up out of this piece just because he's a black shirt. And so I feel like taking him with me to the last segment. Anyway, Coach, Miami, you said was probably the biggest game. Why?
Well, for me, it was absolutely the biggest game. If you go back in 1972, we just went back-to-back national championships. I was a senior in high school. One of the reasons I thought about coming to Nebraska was to win a national championship. And so between 73 and 94, we never got one. We came close over and over and over and over. Never got one. We lost we lost what, 4 or 5 bowl games in a row. We won Big 8 championships and all that. Never got a championship. Florida State just spanked us. Well, not spanked us, but it hurt. That was the worst loss.
What, 93?
In my mindset,
93?
in my career at Nebraska. Yes.
Charlie Ward?
As a coach.
Why?
Yes.
Why? Because they cheated or because
it was so close.
Yeah.
I felt we broke that team. I thought we got them to the deep waters of the fourth quarter like we usually do.
Yeah.
And we didn't close it out. I don't worry about all the other stuff with refs and all that. We just didn't close it out.
Yeah.
And then we came right back against a really good Miami team.
Yeah.
And they were on us. It was one of the all-time great battles. And we beat them with our system in the fourth quarter.
That's true.
So that to me, I waited some 30 years for that.
Wow.
You know? Yeah.
Do you remember the calls for Coach Osborne's job during those times when we were losing bowl games? You remember that?
You know,
or was it a big deal?
I never worried about it.
Yeah.
Because we don't have all the technology and all that like we do today. I would think it would have been a much louder noise because everybody could hear it. But I never worried about it. Maybe I was naive at the time. I had all the trust in Coach Osborne, man. Yeah. I had all the trust in him. I saw how he worked. I saw how he developed. I watched him as a young guy. I watched him grow too. That's
right.
What people don't realize. You know, some people compare that to when with children. You know, your first child sees the parents different than the second, third, and fourth child because the parents are changing too and developing and improving their mechanisms. So I saw the same thing in Coach Osborne. I watched him continuously get better. He was always great now, don't get me wrong.
Right. I had a question that was a Coach Osborne question. That was a great question that I'm going to kick myself because I'm going to end up asking you off the air, which is going to really make me mad, but that's okay. In those meetings with Coach Osborne, and you're 9-4, and you're losing the bowl games. What was Coach Osborne's mindset to you guys as coaches? Like, what would he say to you guys at the end of the season, going into next season, knowing that we done lost another bowl game?
We just went on to the next year. We constantly looked for ways to improve. That's where the 4-3 came about, you know, those kind of things. But, you know, I just never worried about those kind of things. All I know is we need a national championship, and we got to get one. That was in my mind.
So talk a little bit about. Remember, this is huge. So we would win the bowl game, and when we won the national championships a couple of times, Coach Osborne every time, but you only partake in a few times. He would give the bonus to the coaches. Talk a little bit about that. And he didn't have to do that, did he?
No, he didn't have to do that. He you know, first of all, in those days, we weren't making a fraction of the salaries.
What was the salaries back in 1997? We won it, or 1995 we won a championship. Give me a ballpark.
I'm gonna let you Google that.
Dang!
Your chin will hit the floor.
At least 75.
Google it.
Oh
and
my
your chin will hit the
gosh!
floor. But we were. I mean, we were well compensated for the era.
Yeah.
It's nothing like it is today.
Right.
Not even close.
So that was a big thing, him doing that.
Oh yeah, that was big. That was real big.
Yeah.
And you know, he understood the value of the staff, and there was a certain chemistry that we had on that staff. The biggest compliment I can give him is that he allowed everybody on that staff to be themselves.
Yeah.
We were all our own selves.
You coming back to coach football one day?
Me?
Yeah,
I'm
you
done.
still in great shape, coach. You gotta coach the coaches. Maybe you can be an athletic director or something.
Oh, I'm done. I am done.
No? Jay Foreman's in the building. He can't pull you out of retirement either.
But Jay Foreman needs to go coach. Jay Foreman's the real deal.
Jay Foreman don't want to coach.
Jay Foreman is the real
Jay
deal.
don't want to coach.
I'll stand on the table for Jay Foreman.
Well, maybe you can maybe you can help him understand he should go coach.
Well, that's on him.
He ain't coaching,
But
coach.
he knows how good he was or
Yeah.
could be.
Well,
Jay
100%.
Foreman's the real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coach, it's good to see you. I know you in town. Hey, shout out to Vic Young. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Gone way too earlier. Really,
Yeah.
When you told me about it, I heard about it, but I didn't know it was deep. My Victor Young.
Yeah.
And you telling me it's my Vic Young who played one of the first black centers to ever put the pads on here in Nebraska.
Yep. Yeah.
Shout out to him and his family. So
Yeah,
that's
we've
why
been
you're here.
friends since 1973.
Wow.
Great
that was one of your
guy.
classmates.
Yeah. No, he was 2 years ahead of me.
2 years in front.
But back in those days, I stayed in Abel Hall for 2 years.
Yeah.
We had to stay 2 years. And then he and I were roommates at Vine Street Apartment.
Oh, wow.
And so we've been friends since 1973, the day we met.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang. That's a long friendship, Coach.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
And man, don't be a stranger, Coach. I told you, the locker room, straight from the old heads. That's what it is. The locker room, straight from the old heads. Because we don't know what you know. I like to sit at the feet of the old heads because that's where the knowledge is. These young pups don't know nothing about that.
I wrap it up with this stuff. As a coach at Nebraska, it was an absolute rarity to see me in the locker room, the players' locker room.
That's true.
I always felt that was their space. The way as a player, I felt that was my space. And I never went in there, other than game day and meetings.
Right.
That was the only time you saw me in the locker room.
Wow. Now that I think about it, you're exactly right. Coach, I wish Coach Brown would have adopted that policy too. 93.7 The Ticket. We had a special guest, Coach Sams. Thank you, Coach Sams, for seriously, appreciate you. You rode with us for 2 hours.
I appreciate the impromptu thing, man. You know, one more time. Shout out to Victor Young and his family.
Yeah, shout out Victor Young and his family, you guys. So, Bach, you got anything?
No.
That's it?
That's it.
We fired the black shirt for the last segment. So listen, Good Sense Friday is tomorrow. You might not want to miss it. We'll see if we can't get Grant Winstrom up in this piece. Me and Grant been texting back and forth.
Is that right?
Grant should have came today. It would have been great. Grant, if you listening, you miss Coach.
I can't remember the last time I saw G. Wistrom in
What?
person.
I'm calling Grant right after we
And
get
that's
off
old
the show.
number 98. We shared the old number
He's
together.
here in the city. He's in the city.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, see y'all tomorrow. 93.7 The Ticket, Captain Show.